Here's our project for today. Let's get started. It's kind of a tricky fold, so let me show you. You're going to need, leave that right there. You're going to need a piece of paper that is half a sheet. So you're going to need 8.5 by 5.5. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold that card in half, and then you're going to fold it in half again, just like that. So now I'm going to take and run some glue so that this flap lays down, and then I'm going to flip it over. Take a pair of scissors. Now if you have an X-Acto knife, that's fine. I don't, so I'm going to take a pair of our very sharp scissors, and I'm going to take and put a slit right in the back, about 1 inch long, centered up top to bottom. And I use a little foam pad to make it easy to cut. Kind of cushions it. Alright, so now I'm going to grab some of this Whisper White organdy ribbon, and I am going to shove it through my slit. Just like that. Alright, next step is to go and take a quarter sheet of, this is Daffodil Delight, and I took a quarter sheet and I used our oval framelits and ran it through the Big Shot. Now our oval framelits have, of course, lots of different sizes, but it has this nice scallopy oval. So I ran it through. So my next step is to glue it down, but be careful and only put, I use the scallop as a guide, and I'm only putting it on half. Because if you put it above that, then you're going to end up with glue up here and down there. And of course you don't want glue out here because you want to be able to open the card. Now the other trick is to get your oval on there. Find the center oval and make sure, top and bottom, this is about center, and you make sure that the little scallopy it's even on top and bottom, else it'll drive you crazy. Okay, so we'll hold that down. Alright, so then the next step is to take a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to use the stamp set Blessed Easter, if you can see it. And here's the stamp. I really like this stamp. Lots of fun to watercolor. And I'm going to use Stazon. Ink up my Stazon is permanent, so try not to get it on your clothes. And then I'm just going to stamp it in the middle. Looks good. I'm going to let it dry a minute. Now what I like about our pads, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight and Pear Pizzazz. But what I like about our pads is you can squeeze them a little bit, and it puts just a little hint of color up there. And I'm going to go get our Aqua Painter. And you want to have a paper towel at your side, because you do not want your Aqua Painter to be really wet. And with this, it's always good to be lighter, because you can always add more color. And with watercolor, you really don't have to color within the lines. Okay, so I'm going to clean my pen off. I'll go in and get some green. Okay, I'm done with watercoloring. Now what I do is I will take a a marker that's the same colors, and actually this is crushed curry, so it's a shade darker, and I kind of go in and add detail where I think that it might give depth to the flower. There you go. Also do it with the green. Now this is an old olive. This is Pear, Pizzazz, and old olive, Daffodil, Delight, and crushed curry. Kind of have to let your imagination go and say, okay, where do I see the depth? And then last, you may want to just kind of run over it with a watercolor to blend it. Not too much though. If you work it too much. Okay, so now I'm ready to take the second smallest oval, and I'm going to go cut it out with the Big Shot. I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. There is my pretty oval cut out. So now let me get my base in here again. So here's my base. And next what I'm going to do, I'm going to take and I'm just going to use my snail. And I'm going to run just to hold the ribbon down. Well, first of all, I need to make sure that it's even. And then I put the snail on there. And I do it on the lower ribbon too. Just makes life simpler. Because then I'm not fussing over it. Okay. Then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of my watercolor art. Okay. Next for this ribbon, I've got some baker's twine. Some of the baker's twine that has the gold in it, it's in the occasions. And I'm going to cut off about 5 inches. Wrap it around the white ribbon. Cinch it down. I'm going to tie a knot. And then you take some good ribbon scissors. Cut an angle. And cut off your excess. Almost done. Almost done. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put the piece of white. So put the white on the inside for the accent. I'm going to use glue. Alright, on the inside of the card, last little thing to make it pop is I'm going to grab some of our washi tape that's in the gold, and I'm going to decorate the inside of the card. It just adds a little bit of pop. Alright, till next time.